wasn't expecting that. I was halfway through making a post about how good Jordan Clark is. Boys and girls, welcome to the fan cams where we get sad about the Dockers. Feel free to click on the link in the description, which will enter you into the studio. The Dockers go down by, how much do we go down by in the end? 14 points. We lose by. We played all right, just had so many wasted entries, not enough marks inside 50. Let's have a look at the statistics, shall we? Let's do it. Frustrating one. Frustrating. Let's have a look. Teams. All right. Inside 50s. We almost doubled, which is great. Almost doubled their inside 50 count. Goals per inside 50, 19%. To the Pies, 44%. They were just counterattacking all day, it felt like. Yeah. They were so clean with their ball use from the back half. It was ridiculous. I need to see a therapist, says 2 Minute Noodles. Yeah. How good was Jordan Clark today? Let's talk about a positive. He looked like a prime Luke Hodge, that boy. He was phenomenal. All right, let's get some people in the chat here. Greeny, are you ready? Are you there? Greeny was the first one in. Greeny, talk to me. Well, let me get you on the stage. Here he is. What are we saying, brother?
I got to do a tiny demonstration here. This is us. We got to kick to these shirts, okay? This one, the purple ones, please. We got to kick to those ones.
Yep. Wasn't very clean, was it?
No, it was frustrating.
What do you make of it?
It was fine. Ish.
It's not fine, bro. We lost. It's not fine at all.
Fine-ish. We can't, just pull ahead in that fourth quarter for a little bit so it looks like we've been trying. Because I feel that's what we do all the time. We pull in the fourth quarter, give us a chance, and then everyone's like, everyone who didn't watch the game was like, it was a close loss. Wasn't that bad. It was awful.
Did you notice much of a difference between the first half and the second half?
Yeah, first quarter was great. First of all, can we do that all the time, please?
Unfortunately not.
No, when can we? Let's see. We have some stats here. It was good. Disposal efficiency. No, we were okay.
Man.
Voss was good on his return.
Yeah. How's Sean Darcy going out with the injury again? At what point do we just go, all right, Shauno, you were good for a bit, but now you're probably just a bang average rock.
Yeah. He doesn't know what to do with his body. I don't know. I'm not a fan of Skinny Darcy.
Bring back Fat Sean.
We called him onions for a reason.
Yes.
Who else? I want to talk about Dudley. I feel bad for the bloke. He's too small. The only way he's going to mark the ball is if he's by himself with no one within 5 meters of him.
I thought Dudley was all right today.
I don't know.
Who are your best?
Precious good.
Who are your best on today?
Wagner's just good. He's composed. He's what we need in the team. And who else was all right? Pierce was good. Kicked the goal.
Yeah, that was sick.
Nice to
see. Was a highlight.
That was a good goal. So Sam Switkowski and Alex Pierce have the same goal tally this year.
Wow.
And Switter kicked the goal in the third quarter.
2 apiece. Have they both kicked 2?
Yeah, they've both kicked 2 this year.
Wow.
And so does a forward. And Pierce is a key defender.
What did you make of Cooper Simpson today?
It was good. Yeah, it was good. He was there. He got around it a little bit, and I feel like he was just good with it for most of the time.
Yeah, I feel like on the ball he was good. Maybe a little bit slow to the speed of the game, but yeah, that'll come with time.
Yeah, but that was kind of.
I think
that was the whole back
we
line.
got it. Yeah, I think we got to shake the team up a little bit. Like we're seeing too many mistakes from the same players. Like Matt Johnson, I reckon, could use a spell in the 2s. Bring in Erasmus. He looked pretty good when he came on. Like Johnson puts himself in the right places.
That kick to Dudley was a great kick.
Yeah, like Johnson is a big-bodied mid that puts himself in the right places, but his ball use is terrible. And I think that's what we need at the moment. A bit of ball use. Yeah, what have we got here? We got a comment here from Freo fan. Shea Bolton and Luke Jackson are the only 2 competitive players that made something happen. Wonder what they have in common.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
What do they have in common? They're premiership players.
Right.
Yeah, Jackson's our ruckman. Jackson is our number 1, isn't he?
Yeah, and I don't want to put Voss over Darcy at this point. Like right now, current form, I would take Voss in ruck work.
I agree. I do agree with that.
Yeah, it's poor. It's with the coach. Last week, go for your life. Bully the coach all you want. That's completely on him. But this week, settle it down a bit because he was out coached for sure. But we just couldn't hit a target all day.
Yeah, it's that. You know what though? When we came out in the 3rd quarter, we were so flat. Like it looked like at halftime they're like, all right, let's slow it down. Let's go back into our shells because we were much better in the first half. Even though we were turning the ball over, it looked like we were trying to take the game on still. And then in the 3rd quarter, we just went back into our shells, and that's when Collingwood sort of got a bit of ascendancy in the game. But yeah, when we move the ball fast, that's when the forward line opens up for us. But Collingwood, they're a much better, more experienced outfit than us. They knew what they had to do to win.
They just played really well.
Up against the odds, and they got the job done. All right, Greenie, anything else you want to add before I let you go, mate?
Yeah, 12 goals from 63 inside 50s is horrendous, lads, by the way.
Correct.
Yeah, that's awful.
Beauty. All right, Greenie, I'll let you go. Thanks for joining, mate. See you later.
Thanks for having me.
No worries, brother. Effort much better. However, during the 3rd quarter, the boys went back to that bullshit slow ball movement. Freo fans are booing that. They never want to see that again. Why did we go slow when we came out in the 2nd half? Bitter, put that scarf away. I've got Bitter Footy backstage waving his scarf. If you want to get on, don't piss me off, bruv. Yeah. Why did we come out in the 3rd quarter and look like everything that we don't want to look like? Even in the 4th quarter when it was like, all right, all we got to do here is go and try to win the game. Like our forward line, our connection looks so much better. I feel like the only mark inside 50 we got in that 2nd half was that butchered kick to Jai Amos. Freo Mint are in line. They're in the car. This could be pretty rowdy, so try not to, I don't know. You are live to 40 people. Let's see how these boys go. Yes, lads.
Mate, how's it going? Mate,
Yeah,
we're in
not
the car. We're in the car, come back from the game. Honestly, it was just a disgrace, really. It was an absolute disgrace. I put my heart and soil in this club. And as they've just done this, look at this jersey. See this jersey? Just fucking throw it away. Really?
Come on now.
No, sorry about, excuse my language. But look, I'm a member, right? It's just, it was a tough watch the 2nd half. Honestly, Matt Johnson, mate, he's got to go back to a waffle. He has to go back to the waffle.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, thank you.
Send JL 2-3 years Dagestan. Send him Dagestan. He's got to go.
Look,
3 years max.
Yes.
2-3 years.
look, you got to be real. You got to be real. The other guy you just had on, yeah, he was a good bloke, but you have to be real. We've got some big problems in this football club,
What are the problems?
the problems are one. The team selection is a disgrace. I'm sorry,
Who would
Will
you have
Brody.
selected today?
I think Will
Oh,
Brody
okay.
should have definitely had a run. I think also our coaching system. We've had the same. We don't know how to win. We actually have no idea how to win. We don't know how to close out a game. Would you agree with that?
I do agree with that. Yes.
Thank you. We do not know how to close out a game, and we've implemented these same strategies with JL for the last 5 years, and it's just driving everyone mental.
Would you rather completely change strategy, change coach, start from square one again, or persevere and give him more time?
Nah, I think we just shut it down.
It's out of contract.
We need a new coach. We need a coach with a bit of ticker.
Send him to Dagestan.
Bevo's
Mate, someone like the comment. Someone like the comment.
Mate, that was class. Sending JL to Dagestan. That's funny. That's good. I want to ask you, at the game, what difference did you notice between the first half and the second half?
Mate, I heard someone say the St Kilda game plan came out in the third quarter.
It
Down by,
did.
we're losing. Saints game plan, roll it out.
It actually did.
It 100% did. I was at the Saints game, and it was, like I've said it on the channel, the worst game we've ever been to. And even though we were down at half time, I liked how we were playing. Even though we kept turning the ball over, we were sort of biting off the inside kick, and a few times we turned it over. But I'd rather that than that shit, slow, controlled, low-pressure game style that came out in the third. What did you make of it?
Well, the St Kilda game was just horrible. Like, we got to put that behind. We have to not put it behind us in that terms, but I think that the coach definitely has something with that. He's implementing these strategies, right? It's been, like I said, it's been 5 years. I can't deal with this anymore. I actually can't deal with it. It's driving me mental. And at the game today, we had this bloke screaming Victorian umpires. He's given us a headache. It's just unbelievable. And at the game today, what we noticed is we've rocked up, right? We're full of grace. We're like, you know what, these boys are going to show something. They're really going to come out with guns blazing. But what did they do? They did a classic Docker shocker. And it's getting ridiculous. Tear it down. Start it over.
No, come on now.
We're not
tearing nothing down.
No, but you got to admit, we got one of the best teams in the league on paper. We do. We've got an absolute gun team on paper.
Name our 10 best players.
All right. So you got Sarong, Brayshaw.
He was pretty average tonight, I thought, by the way.
Okay, yeah. No. This is
Jackson when he's in the rush.
This is just all together.
Right.
We've got a pretty gun team. This has nothing to do with tonight's performance. We got Sarong, Brayshaw. They're both obviously our superstars. We got Bolton.
Jackson when he's rocking.
Jackson when he's on. We got Clark, he's a gun.
Pierce.
Yep, Pierce. Ryan when he's on. Bolton, obviously.
You've already said Bolton.
Oh, okay. JT.
Yep.
If Jai could actually play to his fucking levels.
2020.
I actually don't think we're that stacked anymore.
Nah, but we've got a good team on paper.
Do we though? You can only name like 7 like genuine good players there. Like
Drizzle when he's on.
Yeah. Bring back the Drizz. When you look at the team on paper, you expect, Jai Amos to kick 2 or 3. You expect Chapman to have a good game. You expect Matt Johnson to come on. You expect Neil Erasmus to be a good player. You expect Frederick to have a good game. It's just not good enough, blood.
Yes, this is what we need. This is real fucking This is real Freo passion.
You're getting sweaty just thinking about it, brother.
Exactly.
You're looking a bit sheeny.
Mate, I've been at the game. It was a tough watch.
Yeah. Good on you. How long have you been a member for?
Oh, Well, my missus was a member, so it's just her tickets, really.
Fair dinkum, brother.
Yeah, we're gonna call myself a member. It was good. It was good chatting to you. It's good to have a good rant.
Absolutely, mate. Join anytime you like. Thanks for tuning
Yeah,
in.
sweet. Yeah, good to see you. We're signing off.
See you, boys. Fuck, they were pretty funny, weren't they? All right. God, not watching next week's game. We've only got GWS away. You know that team that, speaking of the most stacked list in the competition, GWS away. Next up, the Giants in Sydney, other side of the country. Are we good at traveling? No, we are not. All right, better get this freaking Collingwood fan in. Bitter footy. You are muted, brother. Unmute. Hello.
I'm muted. There we go.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you. I won't be, I won't go too overboard with the win. No, but good game though. Jesus, like when you got out to the hot start, far out, I was a little bit nervy.
Do you know what you did all day today? You know what won you the game? It was your well, is pretty handy. It was your composed kicking out of defensive 50. You'd shut down the first kick inside, which was always a predictable kick from us, and then it'd be like Perryman, Moore, whoever else you got down there. I can't really be bothered listing names, but just that release kick, and then it'd go to like a Jack Crisp, and then you were out. Bobby Hill, Jamie Elliott out the back. You guys are just so experienced. You knew exactly what was coming today, and you just handled it so well. So congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you're right. I mean, like on the turnover, we looked good, but to be fair though, there was moments in the game though which you looked really good, and like nearing the end, I was getting a little bit nervous nearing the end because the center clearances were just going all your way. I was like, oh Jesus Christ, here we go. So it was good to be able to hang on. And obviously we've had a lot of close games, so we've sort of been there, done that. But yeah, you definitely put the pressure on us at the end. But yeah, talk about Pez as well, Perryman. He's been good the last few weeks. He was really good in defense tonight, which is good because honestly, I didn't think Houston was that great, to be honest. Like, he was here and there, but most of his disposals were turnovers. I'm thinking, Jesus, he's had a bit of a shocker tonight. But yeah, it was good to win. And Nick Dacos, even like he didn't have the greatest game. So it's good to know that, even without one of our best players not having a great game, that we can still get up. But yeah.
We did such a good job on Dacos, hey? Like, I thought,
No, you did. I mean, when he was in the forward line, he did all right. But besides that, you definitely shut him out of the game for the majority.
Was that the first time he's ever taken a contested mark, by the way?
Well, it wasn't a mark. It was a free kick, wasn't it? So it didn't count.
Yeah, true. Damn.
Yeah. But yeah,
it was pretty shit to see Lockie Schultz get concussed. Why? I don't understand why the trainers didn't just sit him down and be like, bro, you need to chill. Because not only did he cop the force of Jordan Clark coming through him, he also copped an elbow and then the force coming down and then back of the head on the floor. That was a horrifying scene.
I don't know. Like, that was, one of the worst concussion scenes. Like, when he was trying to get up and then he fell back down. Fucking hell, that was so bad. But yeah,
those trainers need to be sent to Dagestan. Send the trainers to Dagestan.
And like the fact that they didn't even stop play, like play went through the middle of the ground as well, and Lockie Schultz was just still down. I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like if the play got any closer, fucking hell. Yeah. But yeah, that was a really bad scene. But yeah, no, good game though. I did think it was going to be close. I did think after last week you would respond, especially at home. And yeah, you did make it a good game of footy. So yeah, fair play. I did think it was going to be close. I actually tipped you guys to win, to be honest, before the outs that we had, like Pendles, Maynard, Checkers as well. So yeah.
you lose all those guys and you still get the job done on basically a 4-day break. It was a 4-day break for you guys. And you had to travel.
And we had to travel. Yeah. I
Craziness.
don't know who we've got next, but I think we've got a decent
You got the
break.
Crows, don't you? Crows
We
Saturday?
do at the MCG. And according to every other game that we've played against Adelaide, it should be a close one. So looking forward to that again.
Yeah. No, you guys are a good side. You're definitely in the mix. Backs held up all day. Even though we dominated you around stoppages, it didn't lead to anything. I actually want to look at the clearance numbers. It felt like we had yous around the ground. Clearances, 44-29. Dominated. Couldn't make anything of it, but that's
I just like it's literally just praise to the defense, honestly. Like the amount of marks they took in the defense tonight, Jesus Christ.
We made it so easy for you though. Like when we do that slow shit ball movement and just dump kick it in, like Darcy Moore and Billy Frampton look like, well, Darcy Moore's a good player, but Billy Frampton looked like a prime Luke McFarlane for the Dockers fans at home. Yeah,
I don't know what's going on with Billy this season. He's certainly turned it up a bit this year compared to what he's been like previously. But yeah, he's had a decent season.
He's going well
this season. But yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Like I think I was watching the game and they were talking about how, they really just wanted Freo to move the ball a lot quicker when they had the chance to. And I think they were saying like the crowd wanted it as well. So yeah, that's obviously, a little bit frustrating. It happens. Yeah.
We don't play like Collingwood, that's for sure, Bitter. I better let you go. I got some Freo fans that need a vent, but thanks for joining us and good luck next week against the Crows.
Thank you. And good luck to whoever the Giants is next week.
Yeah, Giants away! Yes!
God. All right. Well, good luck for that.
Cheers. Fremantle Football Club. Sorry if I'm lagging, by the way. I've literally got my LAN cable here plugged in, as you can see. This bloke needs to come on weekly. Yeah, Freo Mint was class. GWS by 120. Freo in the first half was the same as the one that played against Adelaide, correct. And that side that returned after halftime was the one that played against St Kilda. Also correct. Well said, Sam, 47511. If you guys want to hop in on the fan cams, hit the link in the description, yo. We got Patrick who's ready to put on a clinic. You ready, Patrick? You ready to have your say? Talk to me, brother. What's popping?
Oh, we're so soft. We're so soft.
We're just butter.
Yeah. We're not contesting in the back line. I thought back line just every time I went back there, we just kept letting Collingwood get it out back. That was the story every time. Went down the back line.
Yeah. Like I feel like our smalls today just really didn't do much, did they? There wasn't much of a lock it in mentality for probably 3 quarters. It was all right in the first quarter, but yeah, the dump kick inside 50, not going to win us games, is it?
No, especially GWS next week. It's going to be tough. Can't win at home against Collingwood. Can't imagine we're going to beat anyone away from home.
GWS aren't in the best form at the moment, which does help, but I'm sure we'll be able to play them into form. They lost last week in the Sydney Derby, and then they've got the Cats this week at GMHBA, so they've got a tough run of fixtures themselves. Any positives from today, Paddy? Anything that you liked? Any players that had a good game? Any positives at all?
I thought Pearce played a good game. Simpson was around the ball a bit. It was just slow. And it wasn't the most exciting game to watch. I was hoping a bit more fight. I hope we would have continued what happened in the first quarter. We started off really strong, and then when Collingwood got a few goals in the first quarter, I was like, nah, it's the same story from last week.
Yeah. Yeah, the old Freo fat and slow, kick them up the button. They still don't go. Jargon is reigning true tonight, Paddy. I thought Cooper Simpson, as a small defender with his ball use, was pretty good. Didn't think Heath Chapman had a good game today. In parts, he fought hard, but I think he made too many mistakes throughout the game. And yeah, anything else you want to add, Paddy? We got a couple lined up. Anything else
Just
you want to
quickly,
say, mate?
Will Bodie comes back in if Darcy can't play next week.
If Darcy doesn't play, Will Brody comes back in?
I reckon so. Because we can't have Tracy in the ruck. We need him in the forward line. He's the only good forward at the moment.
Yeah, I reckon Voss, Jackson, that's our 1-2 from now on. There's 58 people watching this, and this is a raw admission. I think I've had enough of Sean Darcy. I think I've seen enough. Paddy.
He played 3 games. He keeps breaking down. He's useless.
I think I agree.
They sent him halfway around the world to get fixed, and he's broken again.
He is made of glass, that man. Unfortunately, as much as we love Big Swag, I think it might be best to move him on. Paddy, I'm going to keep it moving, mate. Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
Unless you got something else to say, anything you want to close out on, mate?
Not really. No, just not watching next week's game.
Good man, Paddy. Stay faithful to the boys. Appreciate you hopping on and supporting the channel and having your say. You're a good man. Thank you, mate.
Thank you. Thanks, Tracy.
Matt Johnson played well, just too many turnovers. What are you talking about? In what world did Matt Johnson have a good game? I'm sorry. I like Matt Johnson as a human. I've liked watching his development. But you can pretty much bet the house on him turning the ball over at the moment. Matthew Johnson did not have a good game. This is the problem with what our club is going through right now. We are too nice about our players. Matt Johnson is not currently in good form. Jai Amos, not to the level that we've seen before. Sean Darcy doesn't work. Okay, let's get that in our minds. No, it's not happening right now with him. Small forwards didn't show up today. Bring me Cozzy Pickett now. Can we do a mid-season trade? Darcy for Cozzy. I'd love to see it. Let's get I don't know how to say your name, brother, but blasphemous libel, I think it is. You could just go as like Tom or something, mate. You do know that. How are you? Oh, has he frozen? He's come in and he's frozen. I want to let him sort that out because he's been waiting for a while. Once you get your connection sorted, you are back in. Rasmus was good. He had one good kick. All right, I think he's good. Hello.
Yeah, you just called me as I was walking through the door connecting to the home Wi-Fi. But Blasphemous Libel is my pseudonym because I've got a YouTube channel where I do like the heavy metal shit. So that is when I'm not.
You ever heard of Daybreak? You ever heard of Daybreak before?
Yeah. But I play in a heavy metal band in Perth when I'm not getting frustrated at Freo games at home. So
what's your band called? Shout out your band.
Woe Warden. So we're playing next weekend actually.
Whereabouts is that? What venue?
Milk Bar in Inglewood.
Sick. Nice.
Yeah.
Are you on the drums, guitar, vocalist?
I'm the vocalist.
Hell yeah, brother. Can you give us your best Go Freo, but like in like a death metal voice?
Yeah, no, not right now. It's going to sound pretty fucking lame.
Nah, fair enough. Talk to me about Freo. What did you say? You're a loyal Freo man. You go every week.
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of recaps and good points from this whole discussion. Try and take some positives out of all of this. I think everyone's 100% right that, first 2 quarters, a lot better than last week, very, very low benchmark. But the inside mid clearance work with, Brayshaw, Sarong, like, pales, like, it's just night and day. So fantastic. Jackson as well. I feel like as well, just the first quarter as well, we were starting to, dare with the ball movement and everything else, and then just like froze in the third and fourth quarter. It kind of segues into like the negatives in terms of we just weren't able to adapt to a highly experienced team whereby we try to go into the inside where, take that dare, but they obviously knew that we were doing that and responded. And it wasn't like we had a plan B or plan C. It was so blatantly obvious, like tactically wise, that you could, you had to deal with the ebbs and flows of the game, and it just wasn't existent. Otherwise, the negatives, again, don't like shooting like players, but I think there's some pretty obvious ones. I think, as everybody says, Johnson, I'm sorry. I think we've given him enough time to grow and develop, and we keep arguing that we need a contested inside ball to support Sarong and Brayshaw, and he's just brain farts not only all the time, but it's just there's a lot of like moments off the ball where he just looks like he's not like, to use the Wayne Gretzky analogy, the greatest hockey player of all time. He doesn't go to where the puck is going to be. It's not. There's just not that footy IQ there that he needs to develop. I think at the waffle level, if he's going to be that contested player. Amos, I think, with the way that Voss is playing at the moment, he's come back from his suspension. And the way that Darcy's glass, as was mentioned earlier in the discussion, it's pretty evident that he needs some time to find back some form. There was an interesting pocket I remember seeing, I think in the third quarter, that where he was on the wing. Like, we have to do something to like get him some like run or dare or something, because he just looked like a
I don't mind Joey Amos on the wing. Like, and you talked about Matt Johnson there. That goal that Jack Crisp kicked late, there was about 4 Freo players that just went to sleep. Like Johnson, Luke Ryan, and Cooper Simpson were all just ball watching. Games on the line. Not good enough. But Joey Amos on the wing, he has not shown his ability as a star key forward for so long now. Even though he competes well when the ball sort of goes near him, he just isn't that guy. If you look at someone like a Jack Crisp, he's a tall, big-bodied sort of outside midfielder. Could Joey Amos be that for us? Because we don't really have any depth in the wings. I think he's a pretty good ball user. When he's on the ball, he doesn't really turn it over. He's a great kick. I think he's a pretty high IQ player. And like, I think
it's a good point, and I like the idea on paper. I just don't feel like. I feel like there's like kind of like a secondary objective of why we have him in the side, and if we're going to purely have him in that position to build up his form, that I think that we've got plenty else on the table that it just doesn't make sense. But segueing into other players, and I'm tired of this player, is Michael Frederick. I know everybody loves him, but hey, he gets the old goal and everything else, and his speed and his flash. But he's a one-way player. And in a side where we constantly are coughing it up inside 50, and that guy, if we're talking about guys that are made of glass, I think this guy's afraid that he is made of glass, because he just refuses to hold tackles. And there was about 2 or 3 times on the game, watching inside Optus Stadium, where he's just letting tackles slip that are clearly his, and it's just they're coming out of him like butter. I think it's quite frankly quite pathetic, and I'm really, really frustrated that guy. There's plenty of other guys that are like, I think even as utility players like a James Age, that would hold more pressure and have more versatility inside our team than what Michael Frederick is offering at the moment. I think he's had a free ride for too long.
Yeah, he's way too athletic to play the way that he's playing. Like, he has all the tools. No, you're right. Because when we had that, what did we win, like 4 out of 5 or whatever it was? Like, he was kicking goals. Like, when we're playing well, a bit of a downfield skier, but he's not the player that's ever going to pull you out of it. I think he is a good X factor player. He's definitely a level above guys like Bailey Banfield, I think.
But the rest of the time, like, I feel like he's a bit of a seagull. Otherwise, like, if you see on paper at the end of the day, oh wait, he scored a goal. It was a nothing goal that he got at the end of the day.
Well, that's how I feel about Joey Amos, to be honest. At times, I just feel like his goals are just like anyone could be there and kick that. Pop Shrey from Marmalade in that spot, and he'd probably kick it.
It's easier to point out like players, especially after the performance from last week, and to blame coaches. But I think There's positives from last week, but I think structurally as well, as we keep talking
Say
about
positives from last week.
Sorry, probably a bit of Freudian slip saying that, like trying to build from that like crap platform from last week, is that at least the contested work was working. When we had pinch hits in the ruck or we were hit outs to advantage, we were actually looking great, but it's just that connection going forward, unless we are able to find a very, very clear opposition or we're able to lower our eyes and be quick, we suck. And the way we're able to then like hold back on the counter, I lost count how many times this evening we conceded points or goals on counters against a highly experienced side that are just able to soak up the pressure, and we can't.
100%. They just scored from their back half all night, really. And a couple of frustrating red time goals. Like the margin in the end, we lost by 14 points. And at the end of the first and second quarter, all we had to do was see it out to quarter time or the end of the quarter. And we just failed to do that. Just like rookie mistakes. So you said we had no, like, we tried to go in the corridor and then we had no plan B, plan C. Where do you sit on the JL chat?
Oh God, I'm.
Don't
if you
tell
asked
me.
me. If you asked me a couple of weeks, if you asked me a
don't-
couple of weeks ago, I would have said no, give him a chance. But I'm starting to seriously question, like everybody else, like what is the points of flogging a dead horse, or as Einstein says, stupidity is repeating the same action, expecting a different outcome. That's the kind of position I'm in, where I don't want to be on that, Darrow horse. No offense to people on the that go to that as a default to just blame the coach. I think that's kind of like the plan C or plan D, and we've got other things we need to work with as a club. But it's getting to the point where 5 or 6 years of this inconsistency, it's something needs to change structurally, not only as a team with the effort of the players we're seeing with 3 or 4 guys, but also with, I think, the way we're approaching our coaching, and also, I guess, dissecting these games and moving forward, and not treating it as like we have a great game 1 week and we cash in that result. We build upon it week in, week out, and that's just not happening.
I don't understand why. I don't get it. I don't get why. Yeah, it's almost like we're relying on the talent of the list to get us wins rather than the system of our club. Like, you watch teams like Geelong, Collingwood, Hawthorn, doesn't matter who plays. Even look at the Bulldogs right now. Even, they've got the Bont back now, but like they have played some incredible football this year with some like, just who are they? Like, who are these guys? St Kilda, like their list sucks, and they flogged us last week. That's just based on system and tactics. So yeah, like maybe we don't have to point the finger at JL, but like the whole coaching panel, like because
it's easy. It's always easy, like, and I don't want to get political, especially with this election has come, just to like, when you look at, say, a political party, to use the analogy, just to shoot the opposition leader or the prime minister or whatever major of the party off the mantle. But, to use the old saying, it takes a village. And it's the village that person that votes the person on the mantle. It's always easy to shoot that person, but there's always there's this whole establishment that's propping it up, and I think that whole assistant coach level, we've had a lot of changes, and there's been comments about Boyd in particular and how he's left. It's pretty evident that all of that structure that is propping up JL also needs to be questioned, and that doesn't get anywhere near as much as the publicity, because it doesn't make news headlines on 7 News or the West Australian back page that we don't discuss here.
Yeah, no, you've said that well. Yeah, I remember like watching just a YouTube video on Matt Boyd like training the players, and he just looked elite. Like, he just seemed like a leader. The way he communicated, the drills that he was running, the intensity of them. Who's our midfield coach now? Boyd was our midfield coach, wasn't he?
So, and this is testament, especially with us Freo Faithfuls. Fucked if I knew.
Someone get in the chat. Who is Freo's current midfield coach? Cobbs has got a comment here. We need a new voice use this game day coaching tactics as well as a new forward line coach. Just burn the whole thing to the ground. Why don't no? All right, blasphemous libel. It's been a good chat. Anything you want to close out on?
No, that's all. I think I've rambled on enough and given my brain dropping, so I'll leave it to somebody else.
Good man. Thanks for joining again. Joel Corey is the answer for those playing along at home. Why doesn't the midfield coach select Will Brodie? It's Will Brodie time. I've seen enough. Thanks for joining us, mate. I'll let you get on with your night.
All right, cheers.
Good man. Old blasphemous libel. He's a good fella. He's a good Freo man. Dora the Explorer is our midfield coach. That's good. Right. So, we haven't won a final since Will Brodie's been in the side. What do we have to lose by putting in Will Brodie at this point? Genuinely, we're 4 and 5. We're not going to win the flag this year. We're so far from it. Going up against GWS, why not? Why not? What do we have to lose? We played Cooper Simpson this week, and he was good. I liked him. Leave Cooper Simpson in the side. Johnson needs to be dropped. SB's probably walking around Freo somewhere. Are you in Freo? Is that the Freo train station?
It is the Freo train station, correct?
Yes.
I'll keep it short and sweet, Druzy, because my ride is here. But I tell you what, mate, ask yourself: Are we a serious football club? You know, because that was a very unserious performance. You know, and look, maybe. I appreciate the previous comment about, it takes a village, but I think, I think we need a general pattern figure, There's a reason why the military stuff is very relevant here. You know what I mean? Like, JL's done, man. Like, call me. I've said it before since I've been on here. I'm part of this unpopular crowd that, apart from the very end with that awkward stuff with Roscoe. I mean, you know what Roscoe would have said if we belted them tonight? He would have said, "We've achieved nothing. We've achieved nothing," and it was he was wonderfully dour, and people, I don't know what people wanted, but I just thought, I loved the consistency, I loved the effort, I loved his ability to get the most out of players that like a worse list than we've got now. We have got the de la creme.
Oh, he's lagging. We got some lag. Oh no, SB. Talking out our list. He was saying we got the creme of the creme de la creme, and then he cut out. The cream got the best of him. Hang on. I'm going to remove you. I'm going to let you get your connection straight, and then I'm going to add you back. 100% none of the JLo rubbish. Yes, and so is all we should be hearing. Our armed forces can do it, and for a fraction of the coin. Right. Military jargon. We got the perfect list. Why aren't we connecting? The puzzles are there. I want SP to come back in because he's a good man, but we'll let him sort his connection out. Talk to me, young fella.
Jesus Christ! Hey,
snuck up on you there, didn't I?
You scared the crap out of me. You didn't say, "Hey, we're gonna bring in average." No, you just brought him out. Oh my god! First quarter was alright until that domination. Mate, I don't know what to say about Freo at the moment. All right, it's like the perfect list. It's the perfect list. You got key forwards. You got the defense. Okay.
Hang on. We need to backtrack now.
Yeah,
we need to backtrack now. Sorry. This idea that we have the perfect list, I think, is actually not true. Our list,
Well-
it looks nice on paper, but
It looks nice.
all right, ready? Let me name some names. Ready?
Go in.
All right, line up. Brendan Cox, number 1. He's just all right.
I give it 7 out of 10.
I'd give it a 6.5
Okay.
for Brendan Cox.
Okay.
Carl
Alex
Warner.
Pearce. Okay, Carl Warner. He's learning. He's like Brandon Walker, to be honest. All right, but Carl Warner, he's still learning.
Okay. Jeremy Sharp.
Okay. Oh. Well, not perfect. He's not that perfect.
Right.
Okay.
Good answer.
Okay.
He's not perfect,
Okay.
so he's interchangeable. Matt Johnson.
Matt Johnson. Oh yeah, he's out of it. He's out of it. All right.
Whipping
He's
boy.
out of it. All right.
We're not putting Matt Johnson in the bin, but we need to put him. We need to put him in the fridge for a bit.
Yeah, he put it in the fridge. Put him in the fridge. Who else should we put in the fridge?
Well, I'll keep going. I'll keep going
Pat
here.
Foss.
Hang on. Let's not shit talk, Fossey. All right.
Okay.
So we've gone through half the list, and already half of them we've been like, pretty dicey. Michael Frederick.
He's like a one-hit wonder. He's like, oh yeah, I kick 3
All
goals.
right, not good enough then.
I
Not
kick
good enough.
0.
Here's one that
Yeah.
I love. Sam Switkowski. I love you. I love you so much.
There's something
Is he that
like
good, though?
changed. He changed because like I think without Lockie Shields, obviously, he doesn't tackle that much. Okay, because like when you in the 450, you gotta like get those free kicks, right? All right, to get like those goals. All right, it's just something's off. Something's off.
All right,
Okay?
I'm going to keep going here. I'm going to end with one more. Are you ready?
Oh, here we go.
Sean Darcy.
I knew you were gonna say it. He's just injury
It's not
prone.
Sean Darcy gave us 12
This is
one
gonna
good
be
season of
a
football.
long season. A long season.
I'm like this is going to sound terrible, right?
Yeah.
Average. This is going to sound really bad.
Well,
But I'm glad that Sean Darcy's not going to play next week. And I'm sad that it's due to injury, but I think
Okay,
we're a
yeah,
better
yeah,
football side
yeah,
without Sean Darcy in it.
yeah.
I hope you speedy recovery. All the best for you, Sean.
Mhm.
But you're not in our best 22 anymore, brother.
Yeah. It's just like they are connecting, right? But I just don't like the fact that the coach just kept telling them, "Oh, just boot it in the inside 50s." All right, what's that gonna do? Get them
I
out
don't know,
of
man.
the 50s. Like here, I give you an example, guys. Okay, this is inside 50. Kick the ball there. Kick the ball there. Wait, I can't. Kick the ball there.
We can't get it there, dude.
Don't.
We can't get it there.
If you're here, and the ball just went over there, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay.
What do you make of this comment?
I bring back Lloyd. Honestly, I had a photo with him before he left. I don't know why we got Sean Darcy instead of Lloyd and Meek. I know like Lloyd and Meek is like that Liam Reddy type. But
He
not anymore.
was.
He was. But then things change, honestly. Things change. I feel like whoever's gonna leave us is just gonna be like a 4-time premiership player at the moment.
Yeah. Well.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know what to say, man.
Yeah, this is gonna be a long month because we got Giants, we got Port Adelaide, and then Gold Coast. They all are they in the top 8? Well, I don't think Port Adelaide is. Port.
Yeah.
The only win we could get is Port. Just that's it. That we're not good at away. We're not good as like early afternoon, 1 o'clock local time. I don't think we're there.
I don't think we're good at anything at the moment. Average. I I don't think we're good at anything.
We're just gonna.
You know what I
sleep
said to my?
and-
I was talking to my
Yep.
brother today on the phone, and
Yeah.
think of like your faith to this football club on like a
Mhm.
health bar. You know, when you play like Mortal Kombat and that, you got like
Oh
the
yeah,
health
yeah,
bar.
definitely, yeah,
So like, let's say you got like 10 health in the health bar.
yeah, 10%, yeah.
I'd say going into the St Kilda game last week, I had about 9 in the health bar. After that loss, I think they hit me with the signature move, and I went down to a 4, and now I'm at about a 3.5.
Well, at the moment, if we get another loss, well, I'd be fatality.
Oh, that's class. All right, I'll keep it moving. Is there anything else you want to add,
Yeah.
mate? That was a good ending.
The only like good things that I want to talk, like the only positive thing is like I like Murphy Reed. And I'm glad that Cooper Simpson did actually pretty good in that game. Okay, JL. Yeah, surely let me in at Freo. If you're watching this, surely VIP seats for me, all right?
We play poorly on any day that ends in Y.
Oh, I get you.
Whoa. What the hell happened there? I can't believe we got Bolton just for players around him to be stagnant. One thing I noticed is how many times he played on in a mark and was one of the only ones to do it. What do you mean? One thing I noticed is how many times he played on in a mark. Bolton was unreal in that first half. He looked like the only player that was actually going to win us the game. Alex is in the waiting room, but his mic's frozen. So get back to me, Alex, and I'll get you in. God. Bolton had to spin around the player on the mark. Sorry, my angry thoughts called in. Thanks for chatting with me. No worries, Average. I'm going to handball this off to Noah at some point. Alex is tuning in. It's almost midnight. I got work. I got to be up for work at 6:30. That's my faith to this club. I'll lose sleep for this review of another poor performance. Alex, buddy, talk to me.
Oh, what a roller coaster that was. I think straight off the bat, we're a victim to getting too ahead of ourselves in the off season, aren't we?
Yep.
I think, we've had, periods of time where we've been inaccurate, where we haven't been fast enough, where we've been indecisive. But I think our longest running problem is we can't play 4 quarters. We can't string it together for long enough.
Yep.
Yeah, that was not a good 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it sort of played out exactly how I thought. I thought we probably would have lost by a little bit more, if I'm being honest. But like, I just knew we wouldn't have had the experience to just overrun them and outclass them. Yeah, I never sort of thought we'd win, and even if we did, who was on before SB, like was saying, like it would have achieved nothing anyway. How are you feeling with the whole overall situation and the pressure on the coach and all that stuff? I can't believe we're having this chat. I thought we'd be a top 4 side and we'd be living the dream, but yeah, where do you sit with it?
Yep. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't. Yeah, JL's got to go, doesn't he? No, I don't want to. Obviously we don't get to see the inner workings and how it all goes, but from the outside, I mean, there's a lot of decisions going on that. Where are they coming from? Like for me, it started last week with seeing Draper in the ruck for the whole last quarter. I mean, we got Sean Darcy and Luke Jackson, and just small things like that. I mean, I'm not too sure about JL, to be honest. Vanilla.
Yeah, you want to be certain about your coach, don't you? And I feel like we've had him for 6 years now. He's won 1 final, and you still just don't know what you're going to get, like week to week, quarter to quarter. The difference between the second quarter and the third quarter today was disgusting. Like, were you at the game?
Absolutely.
Did you watch it at home?
No, I watched it at home.
Yeah. Did you notice how shit we came out in that third quarter?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. And I think that's what makes it hurt so much more is the fact that we come out in the first quarter guns blazing and we did so well, and then we just come out and even in the second quarter we came out and started off really well. But then to come out like that in the third quarter, to come out like that in any quarter really, just get stomped on. Yeah, and then you hear about opposition coaches, like some of the best coaches in the league, and they make these moves that just turn games. I can't remember the last time something amazing's happened for us, and it's been like that was a great move by the coach Justin Longmuir.
I
But
don't think that has
yeah,
been, to be honest. Like, I was trying to think, our best win under JL is probably, I reckon, the Sydney win away last year.
Yeah.
But like, we sort of just like got a good start, ended up holding on by a point in the end. But we were up by like 6 goals at quarter time, and you know we sort of chip away all day and we hold on. But you're right, like, so
and
like I
copped a little
think.
bit of heat.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, sorry. Copped a little bit of heat in the comments the other week for shitting on Sean Darcy, but saying that the game's moved past him. But I was interested to hear what you were talking to Average about there for a moment. Yeah, I mean, he only played 5 games so far, but to take no marks in 3 of those 5 games, and I keep hearing, you hear these rumors about Luke Jackson, and I don't think he's going anywhere. But could you imagine if we didn't give him the ruck time that I think he deserves, and he left, and we were just stuck with just Sean Darcy? You know, I
I'd
mean,
rather
that year,
merge.
2021, we were one of the best players. Solid, but I just haven't seen it since.
Brother, 2021 was 4 years ago. I
Yeah,
finished
exactly.
2 uni degrees in that time, traveled the world, moved to Melbourne, lived in Melbourne for a year, and he hasn't been good since.
Yeah,
That's how long
exactly.
it's been. Like,
Yeah,
I would rather. He's actually my whipping boy tonight, and I probably need to stop, saying too much. But Sean Darcy needs
it's
to.
hard.
Yeah, it's not Sean Darcy's fault per se. The frustrating thing is we have invested so heavily in him on the back of like a good season and a half. And now it's coming to bite us on the bum. And we've got the best, sort of most promising ruckman in the comp in Luke Jackson. And I just think you give him the ruck and just say, Sean, mate, we need some chips to move around for this Cosy trade. And we need to be more ruthless. Imagine if we still have Sean Darcy in 4 years' time. Maybe it works out and he's a good ruck, but I don't really see it happening, to be honest.
Anyway, brother, I got 2% left, so I'll leave you with it. But yeah, good chat, and I guess I'll see you next week.
Cheers, Alex. Hopefully we got to win next week, but I do not see it happening. You're a good man. Thank you.
Fingers crossed. Catch ya.
I know a guy. It's Noah. It's a joke. Are you muted, or you just not saying anything?
Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you, brother.
Okay, good. How are we? You know how we were saying that, like, we're sort of dying for a respectable loss? That wasn't it.
It kind of was, though.
It was 14 points to the best team in the comp, when you look at that. But it was literally just the exact same thing as the St Kilda game in that second half. We just went into our shells. I don't know why they just get so scared. What are you scared of? The promised land of fast, attractive football? Like, oh.
You know what? Like, we've been oh, hang on, I just want to kick Alex. There we go. Last week it was like, what the hell was that game? Man, we played bad. That was really bad, that game. And then we come out in the first half, and even though we were down, we were biting off the inside kick, we were taking the game on, we were moving the ball fast. And then at we come out in the third quarter and we play that shit. We bring out the St. Kilda shit. That is a directive. That is a plan that they are trying to implement. And when you, like, I could just be talking absolute shit here, young Noah, but my mind goes back to a comment made by Hayden Young, who said we would rather win 70-60 than be in a shootout. Is that what they're trying to do? They're trying to shut down Collingwood, who are one of the fucking most talented teams in the competition. I don't know, man. I'll tell you one thing JL did get right today, and that was how we handled Nick Dacos. But other than that, burn the club down, brother.
Where have
Burn
you
it to the
pulled that
ground.
from? That is
I don't
unbelievable.
know. Yeah, I just found it.
Yeah. We did handle Dacos well. I think we might use Wags in some more situations like that. They played him at full forward to try to break the tag, and it worked for a bit. Nearly took the first contested mark of his career, genuinely, which is ridiculous. Yeah, look, again, it was just the usual suspects. Like Brayshaw played well, Bolton played well, Jackson played well.
That was Jordan Clark's best game of his career. That was incredible.
He
was
was really good. Yeah. Yeah, he's getting better by the week. He's having a career best season at the moment. It's just a shame the rest of the back line aren't really. I mean, can you even blame the backs? It's just. I don't necessarily think many of the backs are having individually bad games. It just feels like that they're a mess at the moment, and I can't even explain why.
The ball use out of the back half was pretty shit, but like I wanted us to take the game on. I wanted us to bite off the inside kick. Yeah, I can't stay on too long because I've got to be up for work in 6 hours. But
yeah, I'm gonna get off any second here.
We got Geordie still in the room. We'll bring him in, but all right, I'm gonna play a quick game before I head off. The game is called "Is the Dockers list that good?" Follow along. I want you to give a rating out of 10. Actually, give me a grade like A, B, C, D, E, F. All right, ready?
On tonight or just overall?
Overall.
Okay.
Luke Ryan.
B.
I'll give him B plus. Alex Pearce.
A.
Yep, A minus. Brendan Cox.
B plus.
He's a C.
He's a C?
Brendan Cox is a C.
Okay.
When you're not consistent, like what did he do tonight? What did he actually do other than get caught holding the ball and get caught out the back all night long?
I'm just trying to defeat the Brendan Cox hate I have.
So now let's look to it. Let's look to a random team. Pick a team, any team. Let's go Geelong. Right? Pretty good team, to be fair. Yeah. All right, let's look at their key defenders. Connor O'Sullivan, Mark O'Connor. I'd probably rather have one of them blokes, to be honest.
Connor O'Sullivan's a jet.
Well, he's a young kid, but like Mark O'Connor, like just gets the job done. No nonsense. Gets the job done.
Coxie's been in the All-Australian squad before, I think.
Yeah, and Sean Darcy was the best ruckman in the comp 20 years ago. I don't want to hear this shit anymore.
Sean Darcy is going to be a superstar for the men in Mandurah. I'll tell you that. He'll going to have a very nice addition when he returns.
I'm sick of, like, yes, this list has shown talent, but we're now at the point, we are so removed from the old ball young buck days where we were 2022 and it was all fun and God, flag mantles here. It's over. It's done.
Yeah. That was flattening. Like the mood in the stadium was just a Collingwood chant for the fourth quarter. By the way, we played Wharfie time with 15 minutes to go. That's not Wharfie time. Wharfie time's 5 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go.
I don't even know what Wharfie time is, to be honest. If Wharfie time's bend over.
We conceded a goal straight after. I don't think we've won a game with Wharfie time.
What do you think of Amos on the wing?
I can't even remember that happening. I opened my phone and in a group chat with I'm like, 3 people said Amos on a wing, Amos on a wing. And I couldn't even remember it happening. I don't know. Why have we done that then? It's bizarre.
It's the ace up Justin Longmuir's sleeve, mate.
But hey, look, Nathan O'Driscoll's back next week.
Yes. That's what we need. The need
Let's put Brennan
for
Cox
energy.
on Jesse Hogan again.
we should do one of those videos where like pull the position out of the hat. Oh, whoops, we slipped Will Brodie in there. You're playing this week. Nathan O'Driscoll, forward pocket. Alex Pearce, centre half forward flank because you kick good goals from there.
By the way, Neil Erasmus, if he's not in the team next week, I don't know what to say.
Oh, man. If we want good ball users, get Matthew Johnson out of the side right now.
Oh, bro, Jono's just not up to it, is he? He's got the body, but apart from that...
He could get there.
He could. Like, he's still very young.
But this is what I'm talking about. When we're on the podcast, right? And we will get Geordie in. By the way, Geordie, you'll be in, mate, eventually. Don't want to leave you hanging there. When we're on the podcast and we have comments like, "Oh, Matt Johnson was good today," it's like, was he? Like in any of our wins, like when I think good, I think like Murphy Reid impact, like comes in. That's a good game. Like when there's a player that's just there, you know what I mean? Like I was messaging you during the game. You're like, "Oh God, Sean Darcy's competing well." Is he? Is he really?
I retracted that really quickly. I think I lowered my expectations.
Yeah, we need to actually see what is happening for what is happening. Caleb Sarong tonight, not good enough. Sorry, Caleb. I love you. I would lose this finger toe equivalent on my foot for you, but not good enough. Went missing for 2.5 quarters.
I actually quite liked what we did with the midfield tonight. We chucked a lot of guys through there. At least JL wasn't just fucking dawdling around with his fantasy team on his laptop in the coach's box. At least he actually
dominated. We dominated clearances. We won clearances by like
29
16.
inside 50. That is like Collingwood had like 30 odd inside 50s. Wasn't very good.
You know what the difference is with Collingwood? They're fucking composed, man. They know what they have to do to get the win. All they did all day was defend the dump kick, which is the easiest kick to defend against. Find the overlap, find the spare man, compose kick to Jack Crisp or Steele side bottom or someone like that, and then just bomb it and let Bobby Hill and Jamie Elliott run onto it.
Oh,
well
they killed us.
Craig McRae.
What a coach. The amount of times our backs overcommitted. Oh, jeez, it was doing me in. Huckle, I'd love to be positive. We'd love to be positive, but we're not going to pretend it's sunshine and rainbow. We're 4 and 5.
I'll give you positives. We have Andrew Brayshaw on our list. Jordan Clark looked unreal. Josh Tracy kicked some nice goals in the first quarter and then sort of went missing. Yeah. Bolton was good. Bolton was fun.
He was great. He just can't get tackled.
Yeah.
It's insane the ability he has. One thing I would do next week, I would manage Murphy Reid. I think for the past few weeks, he just has looked a little bit out of it. And I think it's just, you see it in a lot of sports, how young stars, young stars in general, get given so many games and their bodies just sort of wear down or they can't keep up. Like, if I think giving Murphy a 1 week breather, not an omission, just a management, I think would go a long way. Because he's looked out of the past few games completely since that Rising Star nom.
Yeah, and he's not a forward pocket.
No,
he just isn't.
I'd like to get him in the midfield. I mean, Jackson won't be in the midfield next week. He'll be rucking, so maybe that opens a spot. But
I said it before, and I don't feel bad for it, but I'm just giving you my honest truth as Freo Faithful is the voice of the fans. I think 90% of Freo fans would tell you that, not that he's injured, but they're happy that Sean Darcy isn't playing next week.
Oh, yeah, I'm gutted he's injured because he's worked so hard to get his body back. But on the other end of the scale, this is the only way he wasn't going to play. So JL was never going to drop him. We paid him. We're not going to drop a guy who's on fucking 50 million a year.
Yeah. Jamo's in the chat saying good call about Murphy Reid. I was talking to you and Jamo during the game because you said, Darcy's been competing well around the ground. And I messaged Jamo and I was like, what do you think of Darcy? And he's like, oh, he'll grow into it. He's only been back for a few weeks. And I'm like, the amount of footy this guy's missed, this is his time because he will break down eventually. A quarter later, he's done.
Yeah.
There's no building. There's no, we need time for this ruck partnership to gel. We don't have time for it.
I think we've cooked him.
Just breaks down.
Why have we slimmed him down? He was the fridge. He's not the fridge anymore.
No, he's a mini fridge.
Exactly. I was trying to think of a joke to come out of that, but I'm too tired. I'm happy you stepped in.
I'm good at those ones.
It's just, I don't I hate you. I'm so lost.
Come on, man.
This is demoralizing.
All right,
and I don't
positive.
know why.
Coop Simpson.
Yeah, stays in the team. Team. I thought, I think we made the right decision going smaller in the back line. It would have been nice having Wagner down there a bit more, because Bobby Hill and Jamie Elliott just dominated us. I didn't think Luke Ryan was amazing. I thought he overcommitted a bit, and gave a few easy goals out the back. But yeah, I think Cooper Simpson was actually one of the best in the back line, to be honest.
Yeah, his ball use was sick. I don't know how good of a defender he is, but composure and ball use out of the back half, very good. I'm going to have to go to bed because I've got to be up for work in 6 hours. It's past midnight here. Thank God we're back to Saturday 1:10 games. No more prime time for the Dockers. Get us out of the limelight where we shine. I'll let you bring Geordie in. I'm going to head off. Go to the Dockers. We'll film the podcast in the next few days and discuss it all. But I'm going to skedaddle. See you later.
Hey, mate. All right, I'll be honest. I actually wasn't expecting to host the fan cams at any stage tonight, but we'll get Jordan in to end off. I'm sorry. I literally just don't have the energy to re-chat. I am so tired. I'm running on about 3 hours sleep. It's been a rough one, and we've just lost. So yeah, Jordan.
Yep, I think that sums it up. Just complete silence. But no, it was, yeah. I think very different to last week. Obviously, a lot of people say, "Oh, well, at least it wasn't as bad as last week." But we got to remember, last week was probably the worst performance we put in for quite a few years now. Probably whilst JL's been head coach, to be honest. It was. I think that there's positives out of this game where there wasn't last week, but the main story of the night was the fact that what was the inside 50 count? It was like 62 to 31.
We were plus 29. Yeah.
Plus 29. And last week we were about minus 29, I think. Oh, no, maybe that was the clearances, but we're still like minus 20 in the inside 50s.
Mm-hmm.
I think the main reason that was, I think Longmuir put an extra player sort of at the contest, or maybe an extra 2 players at the contest. It almost felt like his priority tonight was just win the clearances and win the contest, basically at all cost. And what happened then was there was a lot of goals where the Pies were 3-on-2 in attack. Like we had 3 Pies attackers to 2 of our boys down back, because of the fact that JL was so focused on that, and the team in general was so focused on the clearance tonight. It was the same when we went forward. I felt like we never had enough numbers there. So it just felt like, we solved one issue from last week, but then we created another one this week by the fact that we're not good enough at executing inside forward 50, and defensively we weren't good enough as well. So it kind of feels like we just can't win anywhere at the moment.
Yeah, it did feel like he was a bit too reliant on winning the contest. Like, obviously, the contest is going to be important when you've got Nick Dacos and still Sidebottom in career best form, and Ned Long, who's looking really good. Like, they've got so much talent running through there, different dynamics. But I agree, we were far too reliant. And it just felt like whenever we got the ball, we just sort of spanked it forward. And I actually don't think it was completely the midfield's fault. I thought Tracy, apart from the first quarter, went missing. His movement was nowhere to be seen. He was just glued to his man. I actually thought Amos, like in general play, was one of our best key forwards, but that's not saying a lot because I don't think he was up to scratch still. And again, I think Voss's movement again. I don't know. Our forward just didn't look in sync tonight. I'm not sure what it was. There were no leads. There were no options for the mids. It was just like, as you said, win contests and pray.
Yeah, there haven't been many leads all year, as you said. I think the only one player that I saw occasionally making a few leads was actually Dudley. But the three that I'm probably critical tonight, I think Swikowski isn't doing what he did last year. And last year, even though he didn't score many goals, he was probably the only player we had that brought the pressure, brought forward 50 pressure. And he just hasn't – I haven't seen anything positive from Swikowski, to be brutally honest, this year. And Frederick as well, even though he pops up with 2 goals every game, I'm not seeing enough from Frederick at the moment to be considered a key pillar of our forward line. And Reid as well, as good as he's been for the past that's a stat. He hasn't had a season where he's kicked over 16 goals. There you go. When you consider that Jamie Elliott had 6 tonight, and he's about 33. That's a crazy stat to think of. And yeah, Reid, as you're saying, he's not really a forward pocket, so I don't know why he's playing there. Yeah, we've got a stacked midfield, but I would probably give Reid a week's rest, as you said, maybe 2, but to probably get him up to higher match fitness, because he didn't do much tonight either, and he's probably out of those 3 that I mentioned, he's probably the one that I feel is just sort of parked in the forward line all night, to be honest. I think even Swikowski and Frederick, even though they were poor and didn't have much impact, I did feel like they did occasionally sort of come forward to the midfield or link up with our midfielders. Reid really didn't do any of it tonight. So he's still obviously going to be a star for us, but probably does deserve a week in the resis, I think.
Yeah, a week in the resis or just a week sitting out. I wouldn't even be opposed to it. Our backs were an interesting one today because a few guys down there had quite good individual games. A few had stinkers, but overall we conceded nearly 100 points and lost the game. What do you make of them?
Well, this was obviously, I said going into this game, this is the one that is a tough one to take because of who Collingwood's defensive coach is this year. Matthew Boyd, who was our defensive coach last year. Yeah. And we've gone from one of the best defences in the league to sort of mid-range. And Collingwood have gone from, I think, mid-range to now they've got, I think, or maybe not now, but coming into this game, they had the number 1 ranked defence in the comp.
Was it your tweet I saw with the differentials?
Yeah, that was mine, Matthew Boyd effect,
Crazy.
Which I thought last year, I mean, no disrespect to Jamie Graham, but everyone was talking about Jamie Graham, is the next senior coach. I personally thought that Matthew Boyd was probably our better assistant, but that's definitely one thing to look at. But in terms of our backs in general, I think Pearce probably stood up reasonably well tonight. He always does. Probably did get beaten in a few one-on-ones, but then again, so did pretty much everyone down back. And who said Jamie Elliott kicked 6 on us and Bobby Hill kicked 3, and I think Hill shanked a couple, so he probably should add more. But that's another thing with, even though we did go small in defence, which was probably the right idea, we didn't have anyone that did it very well. And the Walker being out has played a big part in that. But I just think our distribution out the back line as well, as much as I said, we got beaten pretty much everywhere by those 2 guys in Elliott and Hill. But I just think our distribution as well just wasn't great. Like Luke Ryan, I haven't seen Luke Ryan really make ever take anything on, to be perfectly honest. He's sort of just...
He was very passive tonight.
Very conservative. And the one time he did take it on, he turned the ball over to Bobby Hill. So that, probably a bit of a confidence hit for Ryan there. And maybe that's why he's not that, keen to ever take anything on when he's just distributing it, because it didn't pay off the one time he did it. But as I said, Cox I thought wasn't great either, and I don't think Cox has been great all season, to be perfectly honest, because at the start of the season I would have had Cox as an A-grader, to be perfectly honest. I would have, if you asked me what's our core, who's our star players that are going to take us to where we want to go, I would have listed Cox in there. And at the moment wouldn't have Cox in there. So, yeah, that's my take on it. But as I said, I think it comes back to the fact that we probably underestimated how big of a loss Matthew Boyd was going to be to our defensive structure. But yeah, even one-on-one, even individual performances, yeah, you can't really blame it all on coaching tonight, I guess. But yeah, it's something to consider.
I'm getting PTSD, mate, from the Giants game last year, heading into next week. That
Yeah.
brilliant box performance on Jesse Hogan.
I'll give you a stat as well. We've never actually won at NG Stadium. So
yeah,
that'll
geez, we haven't played there a whole lot since they've come
we've played
up.
I think we've only played like 4 games there, but yeah, never won there.
I've been the past couple of years. I've been some of the worst away trips ever. That first one in 2023, lost by 70. It's a disgusting place to go. So yeah, next week won't be fun, but we've got to find a way to dig in because going 4-6 would be disastrous. And I'm not sure where that puts our season if we get to there. You got anything else, Matt, before I let you go?
Well, as you said with the Giants game, because the Giants, I don't think many people think they'll beat Geelong this week. So that would put them 4-5 as well. So if they lost that. So
making an 8-pointer, really?
Yeah, an 8-pointer. And as I said, it'd be a real test. I think it'll be a case of if that happens, whoever loses that game, I think most people would say that pretty much everyone's saying Freo season's done as well. But if the Giants didn't win that, I think most people would say that their season was done as well. So, yeah, I don't have really much else to say other than the fact that, yeah, our next 3 games, Giants away, Port home, Suns away. I see us grabbing one of them. I wouldn't have us as favourites in any of them, perfectly honest. Maybe the Port game. But realistically, probably only grab one of them, and then that leaves us, 5-7. So, yeah, something's got to change really quickly, and I don't think I can trust JL to do that, to be honest, because he can't do it in a game. So how's he going to do it in a season? That's the only thing I could say, really.
Neither can I, but it's just hard to call for JL's head because we don't want to spread negativity.
Not now.
Yeah,
I wouldn't check it because there's no one you can bring in now that's going to help it. But at the end of the season,
exactly. It's just when you're looking at
like
the guys who are on the market, you got the Longmires, Beveridge will be out of contract. The Simpsons, who he said he won't coach here, but there are so many options on the market, and obviously the questions are going to be asked if he doesn't perform.
Yeah, well, if the season was to end now, I would say I would move JL on. But as I said, there's still a long way to go, and we can make finals. It's not out the realm of possibility, but I don't see it happening, and I don't see JL turning this around anytime soon.
Yeah, I'm the same as you, mate. Thanks for hopping on yet again, and have a good night.
Cheers.
I wish I could read more of chat. I am so cooked. I'll quickly make a few note. There are a few good comments here. Yeah, the Moose goal for Cam McCarthy, who tomorrow it'll be 1 year since he passed. So yeah, it was great to see Moose get on the score sheet for Cam. Give him a little celebration. Yes, Switter has always been a role player. Yeah, that he had a few concussion issues in that 2021 sort of period. Look, that's basically all I've got, to be honest. I just hope we're talking to potential coaches. Yep, indeed. Well, it sucks that we've lost on Thursday night because the weekend's ruined on a Thursday, and that's never what you want, really. Nah, get out, enjoy your life, get into the nature. Don't let football bring you down. But yeah, disappointing night yet again for the Dockers. We go down. Oh, we've got one more who's just joined the waiting room. So we'll have a quick yarn with Patrick.
The lighting's so shit. Yo,
hey, brother.
It's good, bro.
How are ya?
Yeah, pretty flat, eh?
Yeah, not great.
I'm just chilling, eating some Maccas. We're just like contemplating the loss. Yeah, I thought. I actually got a Big Mac and a salted caramel. It's
a good shout.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
It's like a bit of a fat meal, but it's like liquid. But I thought on the game, like I thought it was. I thought the theory of us being in it for the first 10 minutes would like hold true, and we would, maybe get up. It looked like the start of the Adelaide game all over again. But nah, it wasn't meant to be. Just Pies were fucking good. Like they were so good, and we had no answers for them in the back line. Oh, wait, come in.
Yeah, they were very, very good. G'day, mate. Give your thoughts.
Let's go. Jesse. Alright, sack Justin Long jump, but you're no. Oh, bro. No!
I'm not against it.
Yes. No, because if we sack him now, and we get a new coach, then it's like we can build on it for the rest of the season. If we get one next year, then we can write that season off.
I reckon this season's already written off, to be honest. I don't know what we can do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Get a new coach this season. Wait, you reckon?
Like, oh, look, I've got no faith watching this team. I came to Optus tonight with little confidence. So, I don't know, We'll give it a go next week and hopefully turn it around.
Giants. Are we at the Giants next week?
Giants away.
Oh, fuck. I don't think we've ever won there.
No, we haven't.
I mean, like we said this last week, but it would be pretty dockery to win that. But fucking Giants aren't actually going that well. I'm pretty sure they're 4. They need to win this week for us.
If they lose this week, which they probably will, we'll have lost 4 in a row. So
then we're losing next week if Giants lose this week.
Yeah, exactly. That's just how it works.
Yeah, I think honestly that game, good for one half. Like we just let those red time goals in. That shit was so frustrating, bro. Like Brendan Cox just got fucking towed up.
Yeah. Doing my head in. So frustrating. I hope JL gave him a spray.
What do you think the move is with the back line? Because they haven't been good for a couple of weeks.
The bloke in the passenger seat's having a good time, isn't he?
Yeah, he's enjoying it, eh?
Far out. The back line, yeah, our backs at the moment, it's just... It literally is just the... I don't know what it is. Like, we've got good talent down there. Moose
Alex
keeps
Pearce
stepping
kicked
up.
the fucking goal. Yeah,
exactly.
Pearce's goal was so good. That was a highlight.
Like, Moose is non-stop a gun. Clarkie's a gun. But the other guys are just sort of passengers. So, yeah, don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, Corey Wagner taking Nick Dacos was funny. I thought that was really good.
Yeah, he towed him up. What a gun.
Oh, yeah, Nick Dacos was in the shit, bro. He's playing full foot.
Yeah, it was poor.
I don't know. I thought our midfield was a lot better. Our inside 50 entries were fucking insanely hard to watch. What even was the stat? It was like... Yeah, they had like double. Sench posted it. So bad.
Yeah, we were plus 29, which was... I cannot believe you lose a game with that differential, but very dockery.
Yeah, anyway. Thanks for having me on, mate.
No, good. Cheers, lads. Have a good one.
See you, boys.
All right, I'm going to wrap it up there for the night. I'm cooked. Cheers to everyone who's stuck around. We had about 90 in at the peak. We've still got about 60 in at this time of night, which is unreal by everyone. So thank you for joining. I hope everyone finds these fan cams as a bit of a way to take the losses in a bit easier. The content will be kicked back up on Monday. Obviously, it's a Thursday game, so we'll have a few-day break now. The pod will be out Monday. Yeah, go enjoy your weekends. We suck. There's no point caring anymore. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time. Up the Dockers.